Welcome back to Slotty Gamers to week 51 of the account. A technical error where I forgot to hit record about 10 minutes ago when I started the video, so I'll just quickly briefly go over what we're currently doing. So on the roster then, GTR, BB and Ray are all at R5. We're one away from getting R6 on GTR. We're currently doing 3 refreshes on the Cantina nodes, and we're trying to get them up to about 300 speed each. We managed to get Finn up to 300 speed, and BB-8 only needs the arrow to go to 6 dot. Once that's 6 dot, he'll be exactly 300 speed, because he's currently sitting at 298. We just finished off farming up the Imperial Troopers, so they're all at gear 7. And we took Tebow to gear 9, but he needs 200 Kubantis to take him up to gear 10. And we're going to take all the Ewoks up to gear 12 for the raid. Executor requirements, which I didn't go through in the previous take. We finished off Slave 1 eventually, wherever we find him now. It'll be his own favourite, he's further down, so that's him, 7 stars. We just need to gear up his pilot and then gear up the ship. And then TIE Advance is what we're currently farming out of the hard modes. We've got the Radas at 5 stars now, so I can take her off the favourites. We don't really need it favorited, but we'll keep doing the battle every time it pops up, just twice a month now, until we 7 star it eventually. We'll be moving on to TIE Bomber and IG-2000 ship as the next 2 big ships to farm out, and then it's the Beskar Mando journey to finish off our Executor farm for stars, and then it's all the relic levels that we require for it. Looking at our Rebel fleet ships, we've got 1 more star on the Ghost, 1 more star on Phantom. Bisson needs a wee bit of work, but we're buying him when he's available. And then these 3 ships at the bottom, 2 ships, Outrider and Rebel, Y-Wing, and I think Hans Millennium Falcon is needed for the Profundity, as it's staring me in the face. So we'll work on them after we've finished farming out TIE Advanced. We'll get onto the Raven's Claw, then the Y-Wing, and just build up the Rebel fleet ready to go. So we've got all the main ships ready to go. Just then we need to gear up the pilots. In saying that, we don't have all the Empire ships either, so we need to do a bit of work there. Oh, as I dropped the application. So that's where we are with the roster. What's keeping us afloat with the crystals currently is the Grand Arena. We've lost 1-1-1, we've just got 100 crystals for winning. We get 70 a day because we're in Carbonite 2, so we're pulling 120 crystals a day on 50 for fleet and 70 for being in Carbonite 2. So we'll just review where we are on the GEC. It's 3v3 still, so we're currently sitting 4th. If we could stay at least in the 4th bracket, then we're doing okay. We're not going to get first because we've lost, so if we could stay in the top 4, we'll get 500 crystals, and that should push us to get our final parts for Ray, our signal data. So our first opponent was Rez Tarek. He was sitting, or they were sitting at almost 4 million GP, no Galactic Legends, but we couldn't get through them. Nope. Let's review. So, sorry, we did get through them, so we full cleared, but he was just a little bit more efficient. We done 1 battle on an R7 Vader, Palpatine and Thrawn team. Palps at 6 and Thrawn at 12. Straight through on a Phoenix, all relic 6. And then the back wall was Dooku, Asajj and Newt, all at relics. Dooku at relic and the other two not. And I think it's the fleet where we dropped. We never dropped a battle, but we dropped banners on some of the battles. If we were a little bit more efficient, we could have won that. Into our second round, unfortunately he didn't play. So 818 banners. We had a Finn team took 2 battles because I tried something on it but it didn't work. And I can't remember what I tried. And then this one we cleared straight away. And then the back wall, one battle as well. And then again with the fleets, we took one battle but we dropped banners, but it didn't matter because the person never played, so we got an easy win there. Zenrilius, so it looks like he's possibly South African, 3.5 million GP, so we're punching up again, but no GLs, but it looks like he bought the Lightspeed packs. He had Starkiller, so he could have easily cleared some of our walls, but he didn't. So that got us the win. Now to look at our opponent for tomorrow. So it's Corona 13 Carl Lord, or Car Lord even. His collection power is 5 million GP with 1 Galactic Legend. So if you put some on Sith Eternal on defense, I might not have any counters. His ships, he's got an R8 Piet. So let's just check if he's got the. No, he doesn't have the Executor, so we're not too bad there. But he's got a Malak. He's got the Sith Eternal requirements. Loads of Gear 12s. So that'll be another one. If he plays, we possibly will lose, which could knock us in to 5th place, which would be a shame. Actually it would do because he's in 5th place currently, so we would then end up only getting 250 crystals, which could slow our progress down and get away. But the other source of crystals that we've got coming in is the Territory Battle that we've currently got. So this is the first time I've sort of put the orders down to try and get as many stars as we can, because we've lost Skippy now. So we're currently sitting at 6 stars. We should hit 7 on this one. We should hit possibly 8 stars. Providing everybody deploys. I think if I work it out right, tomorrow morning we might get another deployment, or we might just miss out. Looking at the phases, so a few people still got to deploy, which could give us just enough to get in. So I'm just going to put wee message out to make sure that we push for the last couple of stars. Message to just remind everybody that Territory battle's not finished yet, and that we need the final push to get where we need to go. So, events, we've got Ground War, Assault Battle, and we're on the Challenge Tier 1. Now, I don't know if we'll manage this, but I'm going to try that right now. And see where we go. So we're using Qui-Gon, Yoda, Bastila, Jolee and Jedi Knight Revan because Juhani isn't a high enough level currently to get up there. She's not got the stars. So these are all in the relics as well. Want to get rid of the shield generator. Oh. Yeah, we're not going to get through this because they're shredding. Through them. Really, we need a tank to keep them occupied. We'll keep going until we get wiped. As long as we could keep Jolee, we could bring back any of the fallen. instead of Qui-Gon, and then that would give us the debuff. Watch the debuffs. Make sure we're healing up when we can. Right, so we've made it to the halfway point now. Now it's Grievous. And he's got a healing unity on. If we're going to fail, this would be a big point where we fail. Yep. That was going to bring the mold back, so heals is gone. Yeah, that's us done. So we're not quite ready for Forge Tier 1, but we could get through half of it with the current roster that we have. So fire on a couple of relics and we should be good. We've got the raid running again. No new raids showing up. We're getting Paz Vizsla from Mandalorian. I'll quickly just do this. It's not done a marquee on video for a wee while. So this isn't the this is to do a light side Mandalorian team. The mall that we got, that's not the mall that you could farm out of these stores. It is the mall from Conquest. So now we're going to do a battle with Bo-Katan, Armorer, Mandalorian, Beskar, Sabine and Paz Vizsla. So from research with Arnold, he says the tanks aren't great at low stars, but we might try them in our team at low stars until he becomes farmable, because we have Bo-Katan, we'd need to armor her, we're going to get Beskar Mando, we've got Sabine, she just needs starred up, so we could do this team, so we could see what happens there. And that's us. So not bad with Marquis, they've really narrowed it down. Oh, and we've reached mod cap. So let's just go to mods and see where we could dial back. So into our filters. We'll go speed arrows, make sure they're all locked in. Grey and greens. So what we could do there is then go to filter all secondaries, make sure they're all revealed, and then do no speed. And we'll just do without triangles. Sell. And then we could do with triangles but with crit damage, and we'll lock that one in just because the crit damage, we could get speed elsewhere, crit damage is quite hard to come by on the triangle, and then we filter again, so we're fine there. And then we go on to the blues. Select all and sell. We'll go purple and golds. So first of all we'll keep the crit damage. Everything else can go. So that's now all with all stats revealed. So we now need to go to grey and greens again. And we'll just get rid of all of these. And it gives us 3 million credits. We're not really in a position that we need to farm up the grey and greens right now, so we'll keep what we have on speed for speed until we need to replace. So we'll just pick up all the dailies that we've done. I'll leave it there because I'll do my climb later on. So, plan for the next week is to take these 3 to Relic 7, hopefully within the week. Let's just see if I've got enough Cantina energy built up now to do one battle. Hopefully we get enough just to take... Nope. Not enough, we need 16 energy. So yeah, just double check we've got enough of these. We need 120 in total. Scavenger. So we need these PCs. So we'll just buy some of them. So we'll buy them, but we're not going to use them just now unless we need more conductors. Excuse me. Because they'll still get used on other characters if we don't need them for the conductors. Same with the Zimbiddle cards. I think we've got enough. Let's just double check. So to double check to see what you need or for relic mats and gear, go to sgo.gg and then just type in your character or a character and then go to the relic tier. So they need, for relic 7 you need 10 Zimbiddle cards, so we need 4 more in total. So we'll get that. And we'll just convert that. So we should have the exact amount of Zimbiddle cards that we need, and we don't need these yet because we're not going higher. So we should only need to farm out a wee bit of electrical conductors if anything, and then we'll get that bumped up to them up to Relic 7. So plans once we've got them to Relic 7, this is the final week before we're exactly a year. I'll compile a video of doing all the battles for the journey guide, and I'll do what we can on video. So if we look at Ray's requirements, we're down to the last 3, which is the 3 that I was mentioning. And then each battle, so we get 10 tickets, 10 shards for each battle, and we do this first battle 8 times, and each time we want to do a battle it costs 70 of these light side tokens. So we need to farm up 70 tokens from the light side to do one battle. So there's 8 battles here, and then 4 battles there, so there's 12, and then 3, so there's 15 tokens, so that's 1050 tokens that we need just to get there, and that unlocks her. So we need 1050 light side tokens, and then we can unlock Ray, GL Ray, and start gearing her up. Once we gear her up, then we can think about doing this battle, which is just 1 times reward. And then this battle, again, it's just for the portrait. I can't remember if you have to get tickets for that. If you do, it's a bit rubbish. And then we've got this one, which would do 10 times, it's another 700 tickets to get our ultimate. So we'll just take a quick look at our kit. So we've got deal physical damage. If it's Ray's turn, she deals damage a second time and has 50% health steal and ignores 50% of target's armour. The health steal is doubled while Ray is under 50%. Lifeblood is she loses 25% health, so it's basically force heal. Health and target light side loses 25% health, and the target light side ally gains bonus protection equal to the amount lost. All other light side allies gain half that amount. And if Ray's at full health, when she uses this ability, all light side allies gain critical hit immunity. So she basically buffs them all, or heals them all. Sudden Whirlwind deals 2 times massive damage to the target, dealing 7% more damage per relic amplifier level, so whatever relic level we've got her at. So ideally we want to get her at 7, but we'll probably take her to 6 first and then work on the electrical conductors. Then deal physical damage to all enemies. Enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived, and this attack can't be countered. This ability can't be used unless a light side ally dropped below 60% health since its last use, and a light side ally needs to have dropped below 60% health in order to use this ability for the first time. So it's almost like a retaliation for damaging your team. So her leadership, all the light side allies gain 40% mastery, 30 speed, 30% health, and when an enemy gains bonus turn meter, if the team's inspired, light side allies gain 5% mastery, stacking until the end of the counter. The first time each light side ally falls below 50% health, they get damage immunity, and then recover 50% health when it expires. So this one is our unique. At the start of the turn, Ray becomes inspired. If she is already inspired, she instead inspires the healthiest light side ally, so she passes the inspiration as opposed to having to use the Hero Brothers. Inspired light side allies dispel all debuffs on them when they use a basic. Light side allies with inspired or damage immunity can't have their turn meter reduced. And then Galactic Legend unique, they take reduced damage from percent damage and massive damage effects. They take massive damage from destroyed effects, excluding raid bosses, and they're immune to stun effects. This unit has 10% max health and protection per relic amplifier, and damage they receive is decreased by 30%. So basically just to give them their status. So ideally we would take them all the way up to 8, even 9 when we get to that point, but to begin with we'll take her to 7. So our ultimate, so it requires 100% ultimate charge. SLKR could use his at 60, 70 and then 100, and it varies depending on how much you use it for. But until then, so basically she gains 6% ultimate charge at the start of every character's turn, so if you get a turn meter train going, she gets damage immunity going, and you can only do this when she's at least at relic. But until the end of Ray's next turn, she enters a defensive stance, and damage to light side allies received is reduced to 1. While in this stance, Ray can't do anything. She has 30% less speed, is immune to all detrimental effects, and can't be defeated. Upon activating this ability again, she deals true damage, ignores defense, and can't critically hit to the enemy team, split among them all. Ultimate charge is then consumed. This attack cannot be countered or evaded. So basically she defends everybody, they have no damage, and then she does a big hit on the full team, and then resets, ready to go. So that is GL Ray. So the plan after we've unlocked her, got her to relic, got her ultimate unlocked, will be to finish off the journeys. So whilst we're still farming out the tickets, we might end up doing journeys if we could get some of these requirements done. So Beskar Mando being one, we don't need to go high. I think it's recommended gear 10, so it's not a lot at all. So we could do that, get the ship unlocked, not the Chimera, albeit that we've got the star levels now. for the ships almost. Han's Millennium Falcon, we could pick that up once we get the relevant star levels for the bounty hunters. We'll pick up 3PO as we're building up them now, and then we'll pick up Starkiller depending on our Kyrotechs, but we'll need to keep Kyrotechs behind to make sure when we're getting close to GL that we can take her all the way when we unlock her. And then it'll be the next big grind after GL will be all these requirements for Executor. We just need TIE Bomber. So big misconception that a lot of people fall for is look at the prerequisites and think that you got it, but what the CGA has sneakily done is not told you need them all at 7 stars. It's fine for the pilots because you can't relic them till they're 7 stars, but for the ships, similar to this is what should have highlighted me to Radis being needed at 7 stars, having a capital ship at 7 stars is something like this, because we need the capital ship and all these ships at 7 stars to get all this event done, and it unlocks it at 4 stars, and then you can start doing it similar to the Radis, or you can spend crystals to do it. So all these ships need to go to 7 stars, hence we took Slave 1. Next one's TIE Advance, then IG-8. We've already got the Razor Crest, and then it's the TIE Bomber. So if we look at the the Empire fleet though, we need to sort of farm out Emperor Shuttle and TIE Reaper, and then the Gauntlet Starfighter, because we've had a buff on the Imperial Super Commando, mainly with Maul though, and then TIE Defender, and we'll have Iden team up and running, and we could form a couple of Empire fleets through that. We'll have a TIE Interceptor eventually once we start doing Proving Grounds. So that's where we are with the fleets. Not really focusing on the Malevolence at the minute, but we might start picking up shards for the Malevolence again now that we're coming into GOTB Get 2 currency, and we're not really needing as much Kyrotechs, but right now, because we're doing a lot of these journeys, we need a lot of Kyrotechs to get the characters up, so I might just build a stash that way, and that allows us to keep farming up the relics. So that's the next big option to do, is Executor. Let's have a look at Profundity, because I think we're in a similar boat. So we've got most of the ships done, and again 2 ships left to do, but these are fleet energies, so they're slightly easier to farm in the sense that you're not really using that fleet energy for anything else. But the other big caveat there is Admiral Radis takes about 3,000 Kyrotechs, and he needs to go to Relic 9, Cassian needs to go to Relic 8, whereas on the Executor fleet we only have 2 Relic 8s in Piet and Boba, of which we're using anyway. So we'll do that, and then we'll go back to Darth Revan, finish off his requirements as we go, and then look at doing Malak once we've got Darth Revan, but I want to take as much of them, at least the Revans, up to Relic, maybe Basil and Jolie, because we're using them, and then this sort of one will probably only take Dark Bastila up to Relic and Darth Revan, and we should get through that with a bit of mod changes. And then we still need to finish off our Starkiller, but it's been put on the back burner, but as we build the teams up, we'll hop, skip and a jump and we'll get there. There is a new confrontation event coming. I don't think it's been put in, but Bo-Katan is getting an event similar to this, but you unlock them at 7 stars, like the Malakan gas events. So that's there. And then we've also got to think we're going to be going for Jabba after Rey, so we need to think about starting to farm out Wampa and Hermit Yoda. And then we could start getting Jedi Knight Luke. So a lot to do in the next year with Afra and Inquisitor. I'm just going to take a quick look at Leia, because instead we might end up, well, I want to go Jabba because Jabba's dark side and it balances us off. CLS. So there's no journey guide here, so once they become double drops, this will be a very easy sort of first GL to go for, so it'll be worth looking out to do. And then Jabba, we need Krrsantan, Han, Gamorrean and Guard, so we need 1 R8, Outrider at 7 stars, Greedo, Skiff Guard, Luke at R7, Jawa 3PO. So a lot of R7s, but we could start building out the teams. You know, we'll have Boba at Relocate when we go for Executor. So it's not like I'm going to go and try and get Jabba within the next year, but we'll definitely work on his stuff. That brings me on to Lightspeed bundles. We're not going to buy any new Lightspeed bundles on this account. We're going to save that for the Emperor's Wrath account, who's going straight for Jabba. Working on building up a collab video to show the progress on that. However, my editing skills aren't the best, so I might throw together a video next week just to show you where we are with that. Even if it's similar to this one, or at the back of seeing where we are on this account. But the next Lightspeed packs, I believe, are going to be Lord Vader, Sith Eternal, possibly, and General Kenobi. So I'll be interested to see, but we might buy some of that for the Emperor's Wrath account, especially if it gives us either stuff to go for Padme, it gives us stuff for Gas, who else? Bad Batch, the ships. Straight away, I would get them if the ships are there. Wat Tambor is the biggest one in here, and then Sith Eternal is very easy. So you know, the only ones I would really want to buy on that account would be probably the Sith or the ship. If we're looking at Luke, 3PO, Chewie requirements, you know, stuff like that. Hermit Yoda, Wampa, if you could just buy them outright, I would do that. But we'll see when these Lightspeed bundles come out. So that's where we are on the accounts. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay salty.